Welcome, knowledge seekers, to Sage Sips. This is the place where we quench our thirst for knowledge one sip at a time. Our mission? To unravel the mysteries of the world and satisfy our collective curiosity. We delve into the depths of history, explore the wonders of science, and take a peek into the fascinating realms of culture and tradition. Today we have a special treat for you. Have you ever wondered why every year, on the 31st of October, we don costumes and ask for sweets? Why we carve faces into pumpkins and celebrate with a mix of joy and eeriness? Well, you're in for a chilling revelation. We're about to embark on a thrilling journey through time, exploring the origins and evolution of Halloween. So grab your favorite beverage, sit back, and join us on this spooky journey through time. Get ready to uncover the secrets behind one of the world's most popular and mysterious festivals, Halloween. Ever wondered where the tradition of dressing up in costumes and asking for sweets on the 31st of October originated from? Halloween, a festival celebrated with great fervor worldwide, is steeped in a myriad of customs, from pumpkin carving to trick-or-treating. Each tradition a fragment of a fascinating historical puzzle. But how did it all begin? How did this peculiar blend of merriment and macabre come to be? Well, the origins of Halloween are far more complex and intriguing than you might think. Our journey begins more than 2,000 years ago, with the ancient Celts of Ireland and northern Britain. This was a time when the seasons held a profound significance, and the transition from one to another was marked with grand festivities. The end of autumn was no exception, with the Celts celebrating the festival of Samhain, marking the end of the harvest season and the onset of the harsh winter. Samhain was more than just a harvest festival. It was a time of great superstition and mysticism. The Celts believed that on the eve of Samhain, the boundary between the living and the dead became blurred. They believed that the spirits of the deceased returned to the mortal realm, causing havoc by damaging crops and spreading illness. To appease these spirits, the Celts would make offerings of food and drink, and even leave portions of their harvest at their doorsteps. Yet it wasn't all gloom and doom. The Celts also saw this time as an opportunity for communication with the deceased, seeking their guidance and wisdom. Bonfires were a common sight, believed to have protective and cleansing powers. The flames, smoke and ashes were deemed sacred and were used in various rituals and divinations. And what about costumes, you might wonder? Well, the Celts had that covered too. They would dress in animal skins and heads, believing that it would protect them from harmful spirits. A bit gruesome, yes, but remember, these were different times with different beliefs. As the night of Samhain came to an end, the Celts would relight their hearth fires, which they had extinguished earlier in the evening from the sacred bonfire, to help protect them during the coming winter. So the roots of Halloween lie in an ancient Celtic festival, but how did it evolve into the celebration we know today? As Christianity spread throughout Celtic lands, it began to merge with and reshape the older Celtic rites. The seeds of transformation were sown, and the pagan festival of the dead began its metamorphosis into a celebration that would eventually capture the imagination of the world. The Christian Church, in its mission to convert and unify the masses under its spiritual banner, introduced All Saints' Day. This was no random choice of date. By placing it on November 1st, the Church aimed to overshadow the pagan festival of the dead with a church-sanctioned holiday. It was a strategic move, a divine chess play of sorts, designed to replace pagan customs with Christian traditions. All Saints' Day was a day to honor all the saints and martyrs, those known and unknown, who had ascended to heaven. It was a day of reverence and solemnity, a stark contrast to the raucous merriment and wild abandon of the Celtic festival. Yet, despite the Church's best efforts to eradicate the old ways, the echoes of the past refused to be silenced completely. The night before All Saints' Day, October 31st, was known as All Hallows' Eve. This was a time when the veil between the world of the living and the world of the dead was believed to be at its thinnest. It was a night filled with anticipation and tinged with a dash of fear. The old Celtic beliefs and customs, though buried beneath layers of Christian influence, continued to subtly permeate the celebrations. Over time, All Hallows' Eve evolved, softened by the passage of centuries. It transformed from a night of fear and appeasement of spirits to a night of revelry and mirth. The name was shortened, the edges of the old beliefs were smoothed, and Halloween was born. This blend of old and new, pagan and Christian, fear and fun, created a unique celebration. It was a concoction as potent and enchanting as any witch's brew. And so the stage was set for the emergence of the modern Halloween tradition. Now, let's fast forward a few centuries to the 19th century, when Halloween took a trip across the Atlantic. It was during this era of exploration and immigration that Irish and Scottish settlers brought with them their ancient Celtic traditions. Halloween, as it turned out, was among those traditions that journeyed over the vast ocean. These immigrants introduced America to the practice of guising, where children and the young at heart would dress up and go door to door, performing small tricks or shows in exchange for treats. This would eventually evolve into the trick-or-treat tradition we all know and love. In fact, it was the Irish immigrants who brought with them the tale of Stingy Jack, giving birth to the tradition of carving scary faces into pumpkins. This practice, known as jack-o'-lantern carving, was a far cry from their original tradition of carving turnips, but pumpkins were readily available in the New World and proved to be a perfect canvas for these eerie creations. Additionally, as this celebration began to take root in America, it started to incorporate various other cultural influences. From the Mexican Day of the Dead to the Roman Festival of Pomona, Halloween began to morph into a melting pot of traditions and customs from around the world. And thus, Halloween as we know it was born. So, there you have it. A journey from ancient Celtic festival to modern-day global celebration. We've delved deep into the dark shadows of history, unearthing the roots of Halloween in the Celtic festival of Samhain, a time when spirits were believed to walk among the living. As centuries rolled on, the Christian influence molded this pagan tradition, transforming it into All Hallows' Eve, a night to honor the saints and pray for the departed. As waves of immigrants crossed the Atlantic, they brought their customs with them, infusing the new world with old traditions. Halloween, as we know it today, was born, a mishmash of cultures, a melting pot of beliefs. The jack-o'-lanterns, the trick-or-treating, the costumes, all have their roots in these ancient practices, and who knows how Halloween will continue to evolve in the future. Before we depart, remember, the spirits of the past are always with us, especially on Halloween night. If you fancy more historical hauntings, like and share this video. And remember, keep the candle in your jack-o'-lantern burning bright, because you never know who or what might be lurking in the shadows. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant, and subscribe for more tales from History's Crypt.